generations.
New world or not, some things remain unchanged.
The look. What look?
Boldly charging headfirst into the jaws of your enemy. Courageously risking the lives of yourself and your teammates. Just to play the hero. This is the Fire Dragon all over again.
Fire Dragoon. My memories may be fragmented, but as I recall, I killed the bastard.
And all it cost was a village.
Ah, of course. I see it now. The look.
Cut him some slack. It wasn't that simple.
It never is. Which is why I sent you to help. If Spider-Man hadn't come along today, we could have lost far more than...
Then the Sanctum?
Or Wanda.
She means I could have died. Again, putting an end to her eternal crusade against my mother.
You've been through a lot. For now, it's enough that you all made it back in one piece. More or less. We'll talk more later. Get some rest.
Siemanko, z tej strony Małpa i zapraszam na kolejny odcinek z gry Marvel Midnight Suns. Mam nadzieję, że już udało mi się uporać z problemami spadku klatek. Zobaczymy. Jeżeli nie, no to nie wiem, co się dzieje. Zanim w ogóle zaczniemy, prosiłbym was o jakąś łapkę, komentarz, ewentualnego suba, jeżeli podoba wam się to, co robię, bo po głosie to raczej niekoniecznie. Zdaję sobie z tego sprawę, że mój głos brzmi fatalnie. Dobra, porozmawiaj z Tonym.
Not to be the nagging old lady, but I told you not to push too hard.
Tony.
That was a complete fiasco.
And it would have been far worse had Spider-Man not arrived when he did.
No kidding. Caretaker would have been pissed if Venom had actually eaten a hunter.
Yes, one disaster averted. But we still need to figure out how to get Wanda and the Sanctum back.
Co tam jest? Aha, tu jest ten stół. Luz.
The hunter stalks its prey. Hey, for what it's worth, I think you did okay out there. You got some decent hang time, even given you were wearing, what, 70, 80 pounds of chainmail? On the Stark scale of reckless yet daring heroics, I give it a solid 6 out of 10. Don't worry, you'll get there. With a little help.
Co będzie lepiej? Dzięki, myślę, że poradziłbyś sobie lepiej. Co będzie lepiej?
And where exactly am I going?
Oh, that's the real question, isn't it? Sky's the limit for you, my friend. Unless you'd be up for wearing a space helmet. You do breathe air, don't you? You know what? It doesn't matter. I couldn't help but overhear Auntie Caretaker over there telling you to get some rest. That sounds like a good idea to me. I suppose I could keep you company on the way, seeing as our rooms are in the same direction and all. Besides, no one should be forced to walk the hallways around here alone. So, here we are. The old room, huh? It's not bad. Functional. Solid construction. Almost cozy. Love the antique furnishings from the early Mephisto collection. Full transparency, Hunter, there's another reason I asked to join you here, other than my abject terror of this entire facility. Stopped here before, while you were out. Wanted to surprise you with a nice little housewarming present. Was all set to write you a lovely welcome note, but I'm fairly certain that wasn't red ink in your quill.
Nie wiem. Nie ma się czego... A, zresztą.
I assure you, there is nothing to fear here.
Well, it's easy to say not to be scared of things that go bump in the night when you are a thing that goes bump in the night. I don't even watch horror movies, and now I'm living in one.
Horror movies?
Oh, you'll love them. Imagine a painting come to life. Moving, talking, telling a story, one that just happens to be pulled from your very worst nightmare. Or just stop by my room. Fairly certain there's one hanging there already. Well, I suppose I should leave before whatever monstrosity that is most definitely hiding under your bed jumps out, rips my face off, and then proceeds to feast on my soul. I'll leave you to it.
May your sleep be filled with pleasant dreams, Tony.
Right back at you. Oh, and if you hear the shrieking of a grown man, please ignore it. It's just me, walking to my room.
Trzymano prezent z twojego od Tonego. Otwórz prezent od Tonego. A, tu jest, dobra. Okej.
Hi, I'm Tony Stark. But if you're hearing this message, you already know that. When I'm not saving the world, I solve the world's problems with technological means, like the one you're holding. I call it the Spark, a secure information and communication device built only for superheroes. It does all the usual, private messages, pictures, and calls for some reason. But it also comes with access to Superlink, a private social network exclusively for your cape-wearing, world-saving compatriots. You might ask, Tony, aren't you just repurposing a failed product from your communications division? If you do, I'll revoke access and let everyone else know you're a jerk. I call it the Wonder Man rule.
Najpierw przez nazwą odeszła, teraz została jej ona śmierć świetną. Pierwszy wpis, rozwiń. Okej. Aha, dobra. Aha. Dobra, to mamy. Mapa. Hunter. Świetlica. Drącz. Iron Man. Sztuka tajemna. Eksploruj swój pokój. No dobra, coś się to będzie taki trochę przegadany. Dzięki połyskowi zdobywasz podczas misji Hunter i inni bohaterowie mogą odblokować nowe przedmioty kosmetyczne, w tym stroje do noszenia. Dobra. No spoko, może być wesoło. Pospolity, rzadki. No na razie to nie. Nie mów, że muszę kupić. No dobra, skoro muszę i mam stówę, to niech tak będzie. Tu nic nie ma. O.
You were all so happy then.
1710 autorka, olej na płótnie. Okej. Weź stronę z dziennikarz. Dobra. Trzecia sala każe mi ćwiczyć pisanie, więc ćwiczę za każdym razem, kiedy nasze biurowe. Dobra.
My old journal. Maybe it is time I start writing in it again.
Kolekcja przedmiotów, by zyskać nagrodę specjalną. Okej, idź spać. I
They're everywhere! We must fall back! To where?
The book! Is she reading from the book? Then we advance.
No! Hold the line! I can stop her! Only I can stop her!
Child.
okej. Oj, jaki psiak.
Charlie! I know. I missed you too.
Let her enjoy the moment. She's been visiting your door every morning for the past 300 years.
Oh, it must have been so hard on her.
Not just her. I suppose that's why I might have been a little curt before.
A little?
You already made the ultimate sacrifice once. Maybe I'm in no rush to see you do it again.
We do not choose our destiny.
But we can choose to duck.
First lesson you ever taught me.
And still the most important. Especially now that you have all these eyes on you.
I have noticed.
To these people, you are a being of myth and legend. A grand hero of old. And they're right. You are a hero. But I also know the battle that rages within your soul. It's not enough that you are a hero. You need to decide what type of hero you will be. I'm sure there will be plenty of opportunity for that in the days to come. For now, I would head to the forge. Our new guests are eager to show you something. This was a lot easier when it was just you and I beheading the Dark Legion as we traipsed through the woods.
Don't forget about Agatha.
I never could.
No i jednak nie naprawiłem tych lagów. Nie wiem, co się dzieje.
Charlie was restless all night. I should have known something was wrong. We'll talk more later, but for now, Stark has requested your presence in the forge. I think he has another present for you.
Tak, jest wszystko okej. Ale przyjdzie przeskok między cutscenką a zwykłą rozgrywką, czy nawet cutscenka. Czy ja to mogę podnieść? Tu coś świeci? Nie. I ten. I od razu są jakieś szlagi, nie wiem o co chodzi.
Good girl, Charlie.
No i znowu taki mały, leciutki przeskok i znowu coś się przycina. Nie, no normalnie ja tą grę nagram do końca, ale będzie mnie irytować jej optymalizacja, chyba że jest to wina mojego kompa, ale no nie wydaje mi się, on nie jest aż taki stary. I on ma rok dopiero.
Always on the hunt, right?
Next thing I know, the sanctum is airborne and covered in slime.
I don't get it. Strange couldn't just magic his way in?
Something about the whole
Sencja
alien thing
ataku.
threw off his mojo.
That explains so much. No wonder he gets so strange around me. See what I did there?
I'm a vampire. I see everything.
This is gonna be a fun apocalypse.
Co my tu jeszcze mamy?
Oh, check out Blade making nice with the big guns.
I thought Caretaker told him no more guns in the house.
Captain Marvel is an exception.
So, he's supposed to be playing nice, right?
Right, and now Stark is hard at work in the forge coming up with something for the hunter?
Zaraz do niego pójdziemy, spokojnie. Najpierw szukam jeszcze jakichś znajdziek. Tam się gdzieś w późniejszym czasie między nagraniami porozglądam, poszukam. Przenieśliśmy opastwo z naszej ojczyzny Transido Salem i muszę przyznać, że chwyciło mnie naturalne piękno tego miejsca, ale nie czas teraz na sentymenty. Mamy zadanie do wykonania. Sposób, by wprowadzić się do rzeczywistości. Wybaczcie, że ale tu wam zostawiam do przeczytania na memu. 1689, no nieźle, nieźle. 1 z 12. Coś tu jeszcze mamy? Nie wiem, nie widzę, może coś tu?
The hunter needs it after that last beating.
Man, can't wait till it's my turn for an upgrade.
Prepare for a long wait.
Drzewiec w czasie burzy. Nie stać się na usunięcie. Aha, ale ja nie chcę usunąć. Dobra, idziemy do Tonego, jak mówię, rozejrzę się jeszcze pomiędzy nagraniami.
It's not like they forgot about us.
Now,
Think you can tell your friend inside there to turn it up a few hundred Kelvin?
I could. However, it might shatter the containment spell preventing him from incinerating this facility.
I think we're good. And just in time.
The forge has certainly changed.
Right. Caretaker said this all happened after your siesta. What spooky castle would be complete without its own Babylonian demon-powered furnace?
Sumerian fire demon. His name is Babs.
Oh, now it all makes sense. Well, once you get past the esoteric terror of the situation, I've found this thing actually has some uses. Molecular bonding, breaking down evil gamma serums, fashion accessorizing.
Yes, speaking of...
Oh, right. It's ready.
Your armor seemed to offer minimal protection against the venom creature.
I noticed.
Yeah, I thought you could use an upgrade.
Well hammered, well fired. Caretaker did not mention that you two were such skilled smithies.
Yep, I am Iron Smithy.
Perhaps you should just try it on. Still think I could have used a cloak.
Stylish, damn near indestructible, and we even got the size right. Not bad for our first collaboration.
I still think it could have benefited from a cloak.
You think everything could benefit from a cloak?
I do not.
Oczywiście.
Oh, I've heard the things you whisper to your cape when you think no one's listening.
Ah, the joys of sharing a workspace. And I'll have you know this cloak has helped me save the universe from extinction on countless occasions.
Could you at least tell it to stop rearranging things on my side of the cave?
I have, but it considers you something of a slob.
Jedna z peleryn Strange'a zawieszona w ozdobnej szklanej gablocie. Peleryna unosi się w powietrzu i poluje lekko, chociaż nie ma wiatru. Okej. Co się tu rozejrzy trochę? Zbadaj. Kula Agamota. Że jeden z artefaktów, który zdołał uzyskać z sanktuarium, kula zdaje się Nieustannie wirować, a z jej wnętrza bije potężna energia. Okej. Okej. Co my tu jeszcze mamy?
Fascinating.
Jeden z wielu zbroi Ironmana wypolerowana na wysoki połysk, choć jest wyłączona, jej oczy nadal zdają się za tobą podążać. Wow. Wybaczcie, dzisiaj nie jest mój dzień do czytania. O nie. Gwiazda. Nowo. 8 niebie, pełno gwiazd. Okej. Boże, jeden z 22 kart. Nie no. Powiem tak. Zbierać to tu będzie co? Ale nie wiem, czy to zrobię. Czy tu coś mogę? Nie mogę. A tu jest ta skrzynia, widziałem ją od razu. To jest skrzynia? To nie jest skrzynia, ja myślałem, że to jest skrzynia. Dobra, porozmawiaj z Tonym, to najpierw może porozmawiamy ze Starkiem. Starkiem, Boże, Strange'em.
Hunter, your new attire suits you quite well. But how are you holding up on the inside? I know it's easy to look upon me and simply see the universe's utmost authority on all things mystical and macabre, Hunter. However, in addition to being Earth's sorcerer supreme, I am also your doctor.
You mean a physician of the medical arts? You jest.
I assure you, Hunter, I do not jest. They don't call me Mr. Strange, now do they? Except for Tony. Your awakening ritual was admittedly a touch more chaotic than I had originally intended, and, well, after your violent encounter with Venom, my oath to Hippocrates compels me to check in with you. Simply put, how do you feel?
Uczucia są nieważne, mam robotę do wykonania. Jakby mnie ktoś obudził po niewłaściwej stronie grobu. Szczerze bardziej martwię się o ciebie. Tak.
Physically, I'm fine. However, I do feel some
grogginess, a tinge of nausea, sense of memory loss upon time of passing, watery or itchy eyes, common side effects when one is pulled back into the light. Believe me, I know. If any other symptoms arise, you can always tell me, particularly if you develop a craving for brains. I have a cream for that. In any event, I, for one, do not know if I will ever feel 100% again after the events of yesterday. I still can't believe what transpired, the sanctum, all that knowledge, Wanda, lost, swallowed whole by the black mouth of that foul venom creature. With all my resources, all my gifts, I should have seen this outcome spelled out in the sacred geometry of this universe years ago. But I miscalculated.
Nie, po prostu opuściłeś gardę. Ja też kiepsko radzę sobie z matematyką. Nie obwiniaj się. No.
Lilith's power has placed a dark shroud over us all, Doctor. You are not alone in this.
Your words are appreciated. Still, I must not allow the underlying truth of the situation to become shrouded as well. It's not just the Sanctum Sanctorum that was lost yesterday. It was my protege, Wanda. She is my charge, my responsibility, and I failed her. But I am determined not to let that happen with you, Hunter, which is why I am here to answer any questions you may have. Perhaps my wisdom may benefit you more than it has me thus far.
Czym właściwie zwemą o symbiontach ochronnych, symbolach ochronnych? Chcę wiedzieć więcej na temat Wandy. Muszę już iść. Może będzie po kolei, można było. Zacznijmy od początku.
That creature on the roof. You have run into it before.
Unfortunately, yes. In the simplest of terms, Venom is an alien species living in symbiosis with a human known as Eddie Brock. He's something of a fixture in New York these days, but typically his hijinks are confined to harassing Spider-Man.
Lead najwyżej znalazła dla niego inne zastosowanie, a Eddie jest dobrowolnym uczestnikiem. Może sprawę pełną jakieś... O.
How does Eddie feel about this arrangement?
He seems to relish the experience. And under Lilith's spell, they've clearly become more cohesive than ever before.
O symbolach ochronnych sanktuarium? Czemu by nie? Przegadamy, taki odcinek będzie trochę.
I have never heard of a protection spell that powerful.
In your time, I'm sure you've encountered a variety of minor wards and protective spells. The Sanctum Sanctorum was shielded by one such incantation, but greatly amplified by the convergence of ley lines.
Dla wymiarku mówiłeś, że nigdy nie przełamano symboli ochronnych. Przypomnij mi, czym są linie geometryczne. Okej.
And no one has ever broken the spell? Ever?
There's always a first for everything, but I had honestly never imagined a scenario in which the wards could be broken. Perhaps it was arrogance on my part, but Lilith is among the more cunning enemies we've ever faced.
Okej, na temat Wandy.
How did Wanda come into your care?
Wanda's story is quite tragic and perhaps not mine to tell. There was an accident on the Abbey grounds not long ago involving Agatha.
Gdy mieszka z tobą w sanktuarium, czy Wanda naprawdę jest tak potężna jak mówią? Co właściwie się stało? No właśnie.
That must have been some accident.
Agatha had been teaching Wanda, hoping she would learn to control her immense but very raw power. As their training progressed, Wanda was encouraged to push herself further. Eventually, she pushed too far.
Okej. Muszę już iść.
Let us talk later.
Visit whenever you like. It's not often I get to converse with a true legend.
Do przyjaźni 2. Chodź Tony, pogadamy. Może jeszcze zdążymy.
I hate to admit it, but somehow this ancient forge puts any arc reactor I've got to shame. Who would have thought mystically bound demon power would be so damn energy efficient? Or carbon neutral? Certainly got that new suit of yours done a lot faster than I expected. Speaking of, what's the verdict, boss?
Dzięki, doceniam starania.
It is nice having an armorer on demand.
Anytime. I tried to make this version a little less palatable to that symbiote thing. Was this close to making it menthol flavored. But tools are just one part of the equation. You gotta know how to use them too. You were out, what, 300 years before we woke you from your eternal rest? I'm betting you have questions, so ask away, Hunter.
Okej, co jest takiego niezwykłego w tym nowym stroju? Chyba niezbyt lubisz magię, widziałeś w opactwie coś dziwnego. Czym właściwie jest to pomieszczenie? Ja sobie to na razie to wszystko. No dobra, no ewidentnie przegadany odcinek.
I take it this new version is a technological marvel?
Impact-resistant carbon composites, some patent-pending alloy mesh, and a few touches from Dr. Spooky over there. And hey, the built-in communicator means we can talk to each other without sending a raven.
Podobał mi się wcześniejszy strój, brzmi imponująco, ale co to wszystko znaczy? Nie rozumiem połowy tych słów, ale mam wrażenie, że mnie obrażasz. Nie.
So it is a marvel then?
Lightweight, nearly indestructible, and modular enough for future upgrades. Frankly, I wouldn't have used your old suit to wax the Mandarin's car.
Chyba niezbyt lubisz magię.
Is all this magic a threat to your new technology?
It might surprise some people to hear this, but I do like some things with rules. Isotope decay, magnetic fields, and gamma oscillation make a lot more sense to me than Eye of Newt, bat wings, and a sprinkle of sunshine. At least they did before everything changed.
Masz na myśli zmiany przez mnie i moją matkę. Więc a czemu twoim najlepszym kumplem jest czarnoksiężnik? Znowu te całe gamma, mam wrażenie, że to kochasz. Pojedźmy tak.
But you and the doctor seem to work well together.
Well, no need to put a label on things. The guy is good at making sense of this madness every now and then. He's not talking to his cape.
Okay.
Seen anything strange around here?
What, other than my roommate? Boom! Roasted! But on a more serious note, this place is legitimately haunted. Mirrors look back at you. My room rearranges itself. And worst of all, magic cats.
Nie boisz się, prawda? Pewnie mogło być gorzej. Czarny kot?
The great Iron Man is not scared, is he?
Let's just say I'll be more comfortable once I've studied the problem. I feel like I'm living in one of those paranormal investigation reality shows.
What sort of things are you doing in here?
Oh, that's right. You were out a while. Basically, we've got a gigantic demon inside the magic box here that provides near limitless power for whatever we might need. Sounds insane, but sometimes it's easier to just go with it.
O, nie możemy tego wykorzystać przeciw Benmonowi. Brzmi dość niebezpiecznie, to brzmi niesamowicie. Tak.
Okay. So, why not magically create a way through that symbiote shield?
Have you ever known it to work that way? We can't just wish upon a star here. We need to know what we're making first and put together the right components. Otherwise, I'd have already whipped up Strange a new personality.
Opowiedz mi o sobie, Tony.
You must have an interesting origin story of your own.
Well, just your typical American boy. Pops was a founding member of the military-industrial complex. Mom, a famous socialite. Tragedy struck when I lost them both in a car crash, which turned out to be a hit from a rival corporation. I spent my early teens at MIT, trying to clear my head, and was all set to follow in Dad's footsteps as a war profiteer. Then one day, fortune shined on me, in the form of some errant shrapnel that lodged itself just above my heart. So I did what anybody in that situation would do. I built a supersuit and started fighting crime.
To sporo do przetrawienia, coś to się wszystko dobrze się skończyło. Trochę jestem zarozumiały, nie sądzisz? Nie no, dobra.
I guess we have all had difficult childhoods here.
Yeah, no kidding. I can't tell you how hard it was to memorize all that at Skrull Sleeper Camp. Just kidding. Or am I?
Dobra, na razie to wszystko.
Thanks for catching me up on things.
Anytime. Oh, and speaking of things, remember that creepy gamma goop you found from that hopped-up Hydra soldier? Well, I gave it a peek, and it explains a lot. If you have a minute, meet me at the anvil over there, and I'll walk you through it. I promise it'll be worth your time.
Okej. Zbadaj cewkę gamma. Okej, no to może jeszcze ją zbadajmy. Poziom badań, analiza cewki gamma.
Now, I doubt advanced gamma thermodynamics was a hot topic at Yale Demon Hunting School, so I'm just gonna give you the condensed version.
I appreciate that.
Closest I've ever seen to this substance is pumping through Bruce's veins. Part gamma accelerant, part unknown element. Calling it coil for now, given its unique atomic structure. Man, I love acronyms. This stuff is more volatile than Nick Fury on a Monday morning. But Hydra doesn't seem to mind.
They're using it to get stronger.
Exactly. A few drops would make your average salamander look like Fin Fang Foom. Thankfully, with a little help from Dr. Spooky and our haunted oven over here, I think two can play at this game.
You are not suggesting we start injecting ourselves with it?
No, nothing like that. Though I can see some future applications for my energy drink line, I was thinking we apply this stuff towards upgrading our equipment.
I like where this is going.
Just give me a little time here and I can whip up some pretty fun toys. How about we give Hydra a taste of their own gamma-powered medicine for a change? Got more coil for me?
Badania cewek gamma. Tony Stark może użyć cewek zdobytych w walce, by tworzyć zdolności bohaterów.
I'm pretty sure Charlie left a steaming coil in the hallway.
Możesz wybrać tylko jedną oferowaną zdolność, więc dobrze się zastanów. Analiza cewek.
How does this look?
Odkryto nowe zdolności. Okej, no i teraz maszyna losująca. Bicz, silne odepchnięcie. Kurde, posiadasz 2. Szybkość. Dobra. Zatwierdź, posiadasz 2. No wszystko tu posiadam po 2, więc to wydaje się najsłodniejsze.
Hunter, when you have a minute, come meet me in the yard.
Zdolności bohaterów. Zyskano kopię obecnych używanej zdolności. Po zebraniu na... Okej, no to jeszcze to zróbmy. I tyle, nie? I będziemy kończyć, bo to już... Jezu, to już 40 minut trwa. Ja pierdutem... Wybaczcie.
Welcome to the yard. At least that's what we're calling it these days. Caretaker put me in charge of your training. Too bad she didn't listen to me yesterday. Now that we know what we're up against, I think we can all use the practice. Any questions?
Tak, na temat ciebie.
I did, but they are about you.
Right when it's time to train? From all Sarah told us about you, she never described you as lazy.
Dobra, później porozmawiam. Poświęć mi
I
chwilę.
learn faster if I understand the person who trains me.
I can respect that. Go ahead.
A tobie?
Can I ask about you?
I guess.
Dobra, to będzie długi, przegadany odcinek, wybaczcie.
Is your name really Blade?
Is your name really the Hunter?
Yes.
Oh, really? Your mom, before she became the mother of demons, looked into your cradle and decided to name her firstborn child the Hunter.
That is how I understand it.
It takes all kinds.
So, is your name really Blade?
No.
What is it?
It's private.
Is it embarrassing?
No, the Hunter, but I only share it with friends.
You do not consider me a friend?
Not yet. Don't take it personally.
Zawsze byłeś półwampirem?
How did you become a Dhampir?
You say that like I had a choice. I was born this way.
How is that possible?
A vampire bit my mother. Problem was, I was still in the womb. I'm lucky I was even born. Don't know if that's how it always is, but that's the way it went down for me.
Okej, ile masz lat?
How long have you been around?
I don't exactly know. I think of myself as mid-20s maybe. I lost a lot of time. Much of the last century was a blur. I have occasional memories, almost like coming up for air before being yanked back down into the depths.
What happened?
I killed a lot of vampires. I hadn't lost my mind exactly, but I got into a rhythm and never stopped. Never had a reason to stop. Not until I met Caretaker.
And then?
She gave me a reason to stop.
Skąd się tu wziąłeś?
What brought you to the Abbey?
Caretaker. About 10 years ago, she brought me back to the real world. Gave me a place to stay until I came back to myself.
Did she ever say why?
She said she thought I'd be able to kill more vampires if I was acting on more than just instinct. But I know it was more than that. She gave me safe haven here at the Abbey. Something I'd never known. Must have read half the books in the library by the time I headed out. So when she reached out and asked me to be part of this weird little club, of course I showed up.
Okej.
Tell me about the Midnight Suns.
All right.
Why did you join? Vampire hunting is a solitary affair.
Guess I never found the right team.
Is that all?
No, but that's all I'll share for now. You really want to know? Put in the work. If I trust you, I'll have more to say.
Spoko. O członkach twojej drużyny, co sądzisz o... No dobra, no już tak jest przegadany.
Nothing. Ask them yourself.
I'm not asking you to break anyone's confidence.
Fine. Which one?
Tell me about Nico.
She's the youngest, but she acts like she's in charge.
Why let her act like that?
She's usually right, and she keeps us on track. I didn't think we'd get along, but we wouldn't be the Midnight Suns without her.
What makes you say that?
She has a lot of heart, and that's why we let her. Anybody else?
What about Robbie?
He's exactly what he seems. Well, sorta. He's open with people, easygoing. Sometimes that comes across as dopey, but don't get the wrong impression. He's quick to make friends, and once he does, he's your friend for life. So don't let him down, or I'll hold it against you. Who else?
Magik.
What do you know about magic?
Keeps to herself.
That is it?
She's a private person. Until she lets you in, that's all you need to know.
When does she let people in?
At her own pace. Respect that, and it'll happen faster than you think. Anyone else?
Tell me what you think of Sarah.
Well, there are a few people I tolerate, even less who I like. Sarah I respect. She sees the big picture, and we're a part of it. I'd follow her to hell if I had to. And from what I understand, we may have to.
I am surprised she commands such respect.
I'm surprised that you're surprised. You know what she's like more than any of us.
I do.
Who else?
To wszystko.
Nobody else.
Sure.
No dobra.
Do you have any thoughts on the team as a whole?
I think we're the only ones aware of the danger Lilith poses to this world. And I think we're pretty green. But enough training will get us through it. Speaking of training, we doing this, or are we gonna keep wasting daylight?
Dobra, powinniśmy potrenować. Ale tym...
Finally.
Ale tym to już zajmiemy się w następnym odcinku, więc dzięki wam za uwagę. Ja jestem Małpa i widzimy się w następnych materiałach. Trzymajcie się. Hej, hej.